Hello and welcome to the Client Tips and Tricks video series. Today we want to share with you a powerful new configuration tool, Math Smart Sources. Released in GT Framework 3.76, Math Smart Sources add powerful functionality that allows functional users to configure calculated fields on an eForm. Let's take a look at the ways we can use configurable Math Smart Sources on an eForm. Imagine your organization is hosting a charity fun run to raise funds for scholarship programs, and department managers can sign up members of their team for various events. On our fun run demonstration form, we'll see how functional users can create math smart sources to calculate deadline dates, calculate values across grid rows, total up grid columns, and perform math functions on column level fields. Here's our form before adding Math Smart Sources. The registration date is populated as today's date. I can choose activity types from a dropdown, and each activity will populate the cost for that activity. I can also add a discount code if I have one. First, I want to calculate the cancellation deadline. It should default to 2 weeks from the registration date. Using the Math Smart Sources configuration page, I can build a smart source to calculate the deadline. First, I'll pick a name for my smart source. This is the cancellation deadline. Then I'll choose column because the field I'm basing my calculation on is a column field. Then I'll build my formula. I want my cancellation deadline to be the registration date or effective date plus 2 weeks or 14 days. I'll select the effective date field tag and the plus operator, then add a row. Note that when I choose a date field, the page shows me all the valid and invalid operations for a date field. I want to add days, so I'm OK. Next, I'll select the constant field type and enter 14. That's it. Check out the visualizer that shows me a user-friendly view of the formula I'm building. It can even show me a real-life example with either random numbers or numbers from a sample form. Finally, I'll click Validate Expression to see if I made any obvious errors. This looks great. And now I have a smart source that I could add to the cancellation date field. I'll navigate to the cancellation date field and set it up to initialize from my Math Smart Source. Now when the form opens, the registration date will populate with today's date, and the cancellation date will populate with the registration date plus 14 days. Next, I want to calculate total activity price from number of people and price per activity. I'll create a total activity price Math Smart Source. This time I want to select grid because the basis for my formula is grid fields. I'll also select row because I'm interested in multiplying fields across the row. Then I'll select the grid segment that contains the fields for my formula. Now we'll build the formula. I want to multiply the number of people times the price per person to get the total cost for that activity row. I'll start with the number of people field, then choose multiply, then add a row. Next, I'll choose the price field. This looks right in the visualizer. How about I use real test form data to validate the results? I can choose Visualize with Form ID values and select a test form. Then the visualizer will show me how my calculation looks with real data from my test form. Remember to save your smart source and add it to a field setting. For the total activity price, we want the Update when field changes setting because it will trigger after I enter the number of people. Let's take a look. Now when I enter the number of people for an activity, the total price for that row is calculated. Okay, how about totaling all of the activity prices? We'll create a Math Smart Source for total price. This time we'll choose grid, then column, because we want to sum all the values in the total activity price column into total price. Note that when I choose the total activity price field, the visualizer displays a column. In the aggregate field, we have lots of options to choose from, like count rows, average the values, find the min or max value, and finally, sum the values. That's what we want. Now, as we're adding rows to the grid, we'll see a running total. Finally, if the form submitter has a discount code, we want to calculate a discounted price. I'll create my math smart source. This time I want to do simple math on column fields. To get the discounted price, I'll subtract the discount from the total price. But to do this, I'll need to convert the discount amount to a decimal. So here's my formula. Total price minus parenthesis total price times parenthesis discount amount divided by a constant value of 100. Don't forget to close out all the open parentheses on this row. Now let's check out all we accomplished with Math Smart Sources on GTE Forms. We calculated a cancellation deadline, a total activity price based on values in a grid row, the total price based on a column in the grid, and a dynamic total discounted price. We hope you find this feature valuable for your GTE forms. Let us know how it works for you. Thanks for watching.